University, and welcome back to 10 at 10. 10 at 10 is brought to you through a partnership between Murray State University, Grow West, the Technology Council of West Kentucky, KY Innovation, and our local partner, Sprocket Innovation in Paducah, and the Kentucky Innovation Station in Madisonville. As I alluded to last week, this is our episode 100. So we have been doing 10 at 10s for 100 weeks now. It has been something that I don't know that I really thought it would take this long or last this long. But we continue to get feedback, whether it's from people watching live or watching it a couple of days later. The things we talk about on 10 at 10 are things that you're thinking about, that you're talking about. So we'll continue to do it as long as we can. And thank you very much for following along, for those that have been watchers for some time, and some of you even since the beginning. Because it is the 100th episode, I wanted to do something a little different, a little special today. And I wanted to highlight our academic program here at Murray State. And the reason I want to do that is not just to plug Murray State, which I always want to plug our programs, but it's because we offer a couple of degrees at Murray State: cybersecurity management master's degree and a bachelor's in cybersecurity network management. And those degrees teach our students everything that we have talked about for the last 99 episodes. Our students are actively learning this material. They're learning how to protect your business. They're learning how to protect their organizations that they're working in. And they are really the embodiment of what it is that we're talking about on 10 at 10. Our program, we actually started our program more than 20 years ago. We taught our first cybersecurity course in the fall of 2001, and have been teaching security in our program ever since. And recently, over the last few years, we actually changed our name to incorporate that emphasis in cybersecurity into our bachelor's degree and even in our master's degree as well. So to highlight this program, what I thought I would do today is bring on the coordinator of our bachelor's program in cybersecurity network management. Dr. Randall Joyce is one of our faculty in cybersecurity and our program coordinator. Dr. Joyce is an expert in cybersecurity. He has a number of industry credentials, including ethical hacking and cyber forensics. He is one that is one of those scary guys in the sense that he knows a lot. We brought him on 10 at 10 several months ago to talk about forensics with cell phones, and we're still continuing that research. And it's scary what Dr. Joyce is continuing to find on both cell phones and even on other IoT type devices. But Dr. Joyce, thank you for joining us today.
Yep. Thank you for having me, Michael.
Well, let me ask a basic question first, and to highlight what cybersecurity network management degree is. Kind of describe it. What is it that our students are doing? What are they learning? And just share a little bit about it.
All right. So our program, students are basically getting their technical foundations. So they're taking your OS, your switching and routing, networking courses. They're getting, training in wireless communications. So they get a really strong technical foundation. They also then add some business to it too. So they do accounting, they do management, they do finance, and it makes them really well-rounded. So they both understand the technical, and then they understand the managerial aspects of it too. A lot of our students, they get their first job, it's a technical job, and then they get promoted and they do really well because they've had all that expertise in training and managerial skill sets.
So that is all of that. What you're talking about, what we call the core.
Mm-hmm.
So once they complete that core fundamentals, talk a little bit about the tracks or the options that they get to pick from.
Yeah. So basically, like you're saying, that's our core. So they actually get to select a track. So we have 3 tracks. We have cybersecurity and digital forensics. We have cloud and system administration, and we have wireless communications. So basically, they're 21 hours of courses in those areas that students get to take. We do have a little bit of crossover, so some, they can pick up to, I think it's two courses from the other tracks to take along with their main track, to get that expertise in cybersecurity, digital forensics, and wireless communications. So that's what they really focus on when they pick those. So they have more in-depth courses that take them on all kinds of adventures and rabbit holes to look through a lot of those areas.
So one of the things that we've always done on 10 at 10 is talk about security issues that are facing business and industry and individuals on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that in our program, we teach them a lot of theory. They have to understand the fundamentals. They have to understand the background of these different cybersecurity issues. But give an example of maybe a project they work on that is something that's applicable to the real world. And I'm thinking, the capstone, for an example, might be it.
Okay. So our capstone is both managerial and practical. So the students will actually take a business case study for an organization. And part of that business case study is that they're going to work with that organization for 7 weeks and assess a virtual environment that organization has. So a lot of times it's basically a dumpster fire environment. So they're going in there assessing, what kind of network issues, what kind of, basic system administration things have been done or haven't been done. What are they trying to do? Are they, saving all the credit card information or all the social security, information to a text file on the desktop? So they go through these environments and assess it for 7 weeks while, the professor that teaches that course will, give them, monthly activities or events that, are a little bit more advanced to, simulate what you actually see in the real world. So they've had ransomware attacks. They've dealt with CEOs that call them at 3 a.m. and say, hey, change my password, that kind of stuff. That way they're sourcing what it's like in the real world. And at the same time, they're using that to help build that case study. So yeah, it's good they understand that, they have this budget, they have these deliverables that are required, but at the same time, they're seeing that environment in live action, basically.
Yeah. And that's one of the things, that there's a lot that you can learn on the theory side, but actually getting in and doing the work really, really helps a lot. And I know that I've had organizations come up to me and say, I've been listening to your 10 at 10, or I heard you speak somewhere and we really need to do more with security. What do we need to do? Who do we need to hire? Who do we need to call? And in some cases, the answer is you need to hire a third party. In other cases, it's hire a person internally. And that might be one of our new graduates. And our students are getting some super cool jobs and are doing a lot, not just in our immediate region, but in our multi-state region and really across the country. Share a little bit, if you will, about some of the work that our students do when they get out of school.
Okay. So, we have a wide variety, like you were saying, Michael, of where our students go. They do everything from, wireless installs to, instant response and being, account managers for large corporations for security appliances. So, we've seen opportunities, present a lot more often now for our students to go, global, basically. So, they, like I was saying, we have some students that are doing incident response. So they're traveling all the time. They're the boots on the ground, dealing with incidents for other organizations because, a lot of times companies are doing security as a service now. Like I said, we have TAMs for a lot of companies too. So they're technical account managers where they're going through there, making sure all their settings are there. They're buying the updates, doing stuff like that. And of course, like I said, we still have people doing the network engineering, system administration, cloud work, and all that stuff too. So
it's actually it's been really neat. We've as a program, we've been around now for more than 20 years to see where our students are ending up and what they're doing. And now our students are in the leadership roles within some of these organizations. And while I'm biased and Dr. Joyce is biased, if there's no student that, in my opinion, is better prepared for working in the cybersecurity field than our students. So I certainly encourage you, if you want to learn more about our program, if you have an interest in going back and getting another degree, if you have a child that might be interested, you can learn more about our program, both our bachelor's program that we've highlighted today and our master's program in cybersecurity management. You can learn more about both of those on our website at murraystate.edu/cyber. There'll be links to our bachelor's program and our master's program from there, where you can learn more information. You can get our email address. You can contact us and ask us more about what it is that we can do, how we can help you. And if you want a student, if you want an intern, if you want to hire one of our folks, let me know. And we're always trying to promote businesses and opportunities to our students. Ultimately, it's their choice on where they go to work, but we want to make sure that we can share that information with them as well. So, all right, Dr. Joyce, thank you very much for joining today. For everybody else, this was our 100th episode, but we will be back here again next week to talk about cybersecurity for 10 minutes every Friday. If you have questions or want to know anything about our program, and you missed the link, you can grab my contact information at the end. And I hope to see you back here next week on 10 at 10. Thank you. Bye.